USA and other neighboring states. Doctor, will you please come and say something?
People power. People power. Our power. Kunga Canada, kunga. Kunga diaspora, kunga. Canada, Mr. President, in the new Uganda, if you need a team to do the red carpet, I think now you know the team. So thank you so much, Canada, for welcoming our president and our team from Uganda in such a glorious manner. Thank you so much, the organizing team. My name is Daniel Pauma. I'm based in Washington, D.C. And I'm happy to be here with Mr. Joe Semakula, who is our Director of Finance for our diaspora team. I'm very honored to be here to see such a big event for our first convention in Canada. Give yourself a big round of applause. I think I've set a big record because we have had 3 conventions in the United States, but our first convention was at this big, so I can't imagine what we're going to be on our 3rd convention here in Canada. So we're expecting even bigger things. So thank you so much, Canada, for turning up. Thank you so much for showing the spirit for your country. And thank you so much for your courage, because many people are even afraid to be here. Many are afraid to put on this story, but most of you are here to show that you want change in Uganda. Now, as the diaspora, we set 3 key goals that I'm going to mention. 3 key goals. One was to make sure we organize ourselves. Organize, organize, organize. When the People Power movement started, it was an organic movement. But after the election, most people were frustrated. They didn't know what to do next. There was a change in that goal. What can we do next? But it's really great to see us re-energized, not just even in the diaspora. There's this new energy. And I think the message is clear that when we join this struggle, we were very clear that it's not going to be a sprint, but it's a marathon. And I'm happy to see all of you learning that lesson. Do you know Pulimira? Do you know Pulimira Banana? You want to that 2021, but we need to persist. We need to keep fighting until President Robert Setam Changwan is in the State House. So we have to continue to organize. And this event is just one of many events that are starting to happen in the diaspora to show that we are organizing ourselves. We are rallying our members, that we have a common goal. And we haven't forgotten that common goal, which is to liberate our country. The mission that's going on in Uganda is waking up the country. With diaspora, are we awake? Are we awake in Toronto? Are we awake in Montreal? Yes. So even in the diaspora, comrades, we need to continue that spirit of waking up, waking our members up, realizing that this fight has to go on. And the diaspora has always been the symbol of change in Uganda. Change usually comes from the diaspora, because we have so many liberties that our brothers and sisters don't have in Uganda. Even what has happened the last 2 weeks in Uganda, most people are surprised that how is it possible that Nuke can even go around the country without tear gas, without bullets. Something which should be normal. It happens every time here and we take it for granted. We see elections, the United States, we have Democrats and Republicans. We also see elections in Canada here. Peaceful elections, where camps come and present their ideas, and the voters decide who their next leader should be. That's what we want for our country, Uganda. We want being in the opposition to be normal. Because right now in Uganda, to be in opposition, it's life or death for some people. That's not what politics should be. We as Ugandans should aspire for a country where you can present your ideas, like President Robert Senamuchanga is presenting to the Ugandan people. Ideas of equality. Because right now it's even controversial in Uganda to call for equality. To say that if you live in northern Uganda, you deserve a well-serviced region. That if you live in central Uganda, you need your land protected. That if you live in eastern Uganda, you need your land protected. Why is that controversial? Why is it controversial? So that's what we want to change in our country. We are cause of tribalism. Why is it tribalism? To love your country. Why is it tribalism? To aspire for a better region. Why is it tribalism? To aspire better for your people. Why is it tribalism? To have a Uganda that is equally represented. Look at this stage. This is what Uganda should look like. Equal representation. We have a diaspora that is equally represented. And my message to all of you, the diaspora has already led by example. We work together. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what tribe you are. We work together. And that's the same spirit we want for our country. And that's the message the president has communicated to the people. Whether it's in Kabale, or it's in Arua, or it's in Musoga area, we have seen masses rise up with the common message that they want a better Uganda. That they want a better Uganda. Not a Uganda for Uganda, or Uganda for Masoga, or Uganda for Nyakore, but they want a better Uganda. The common purpose. That's the message we want from the diaspora. So we are going to organize like we are doing right now. We are going to mobilize like we are doing right now. We are mobilized. The nationwide country, what we are going on, is mobilizing the country, re-energizing the country. We want the same for the diaspora. We want to see conventions like this happening across the diaspora because it helps us mobilize our members, re-energize our members. So we need to continue that spirit. And the last point is to agitate. We need to continue agitating for change. Keep pushing for change. Change doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen in 1 week. Sometimes it takes years. Look at the civil rights movement. It took years, and even today, black people don't have the full rights as they deserve. Even in the United States, even in Canada. But people keep pushing. You see the Black Lives Matter movement. They are still pushing. People like Martin Luther King fought this battle. They reached somewhere and they handed the baton to somebody else. We also need to continue that spirit. You do your part, you hand on the baton to the next person. And tell them to deliver at home. I encourage our leaders in the diaspora. Once you work, you work on them, let's keep that spirit. That's how we're going to keep our diaspora energized. That's how we're going to keep our movement fresh, with new ideas and with new leaders. So I know I've taken a lot of time, but again, 3 things. Organize, mobilize, agitate for change. When we call for protest, go and protest. It's your right, not just in the diaspora, but even in Uganda, our president has been telling our people that protesting is protected by our constitution. So we need to make sure we realize those rights that we have in the diaspora, Let's support our leaders. Let's engage with our leaders. So thank you so much for having us here, for welcoming us warmly here at the diaspora. So I'm going to hand over to our MCs to do the next part. I think I was also introduced somebody, but I'm going to hand over to our MCs. But for the United States, we are going to be here with you in Canada. Each time we organize these events, we're going to bring even more numbers to make sure that we come and support you. And also when we have our events in the United States, we welcome all of you to come. And next year our convention is going to be in Chicago. It's right across the river. So all of you are welcome to come and be part of these events. Let's work together because we are all one person, one people. God bless you all.
A people power! Our power! When I'm here, I can see you very well. Mr. President, allow me to share the stage with you. You know, it's an honor to MC at an event very early. Clap for me. Our pastor, he has been our father, he is our mentor, he has welcomed many Ugandans to our rendition on speaks. Pastor Jumba, could you please come and say, even if you say, hi, President of the First Lady, it will be enough. We welcome you, we welcome Dominion Church. Pastor Jumba, we thank you so much. Please come up, come here, come here.
The people that are attending this for the very first time and welcome you, and we want to say to our dear beloved Father and Mrs. that we love you, we care about you, and some have expressed this before to you, that the things you go through sometimes cause us to have so much sadness in our hearts. But I want you to know that as we go through the things, we are decidedly praying for you. Whatever we are able to do, we will do with all heart. The team that accompanied our beloved guests, we want to thank you, to welcome you to Toronto, but welcome you to the Dominion Church as well. I am not existent. You know me because of the Dominion Church. That's what I want to say. So I want to, on behalf of the Dominion Church, welcome you to Toronto, and welcome you tomorrow in the service at 10. My friend Mulongo also, in many ways, my boss. So, you know, Pastor, you have to say something to benefit someone. And this is why it's on my heart to say. There's a story in the Bible, in the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 12. In that book, there's a mention of many different names. I'm looking here and I see many Bible readers. There's a mention of many different names that were helping David. But as they were mentioning the different names, they came to verse 32. And they mentioned a specific group of people, and these were the sons of Issachar. But what the Bible says about this particular group of people, it says that they knew, they understood the time, and they knew what to do. That is my prayer for all of us. I look here and I see many new people that have just arrived in this country. We are in a specific season. I live a little bit away from here, so as I was driving down, the traffic was unbelievably thick. But we are in a season, and my prayer for all of us in a very intentional way is that we understand the times and we know what to do. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. You always tell us God bless you. Now we are saying God bless you. Take the blessing. Say amen. 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 Thank you so much. Honorables, Your Excellency, allow me to invite Mr. Joel Simakula, the California coordinator, to invite the speaker. Now I'm on the high table. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Joel Simakula. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely honored and honored to be in Toronto for the very first time. Thank you very much to the real everyone. At this time, allow me to invite the right honorable speaker of KCCA, Zahara. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President, and Mama First Lady, Honorable Joel Zineni, the spokesperson for NUP, Honorable David Louis Rugowea, the Secretary General for NUP, our Chief Mobilizer, Chairman Nyanzi Kunga, we are going to Punga in Canada today. The leaders of the diaspora, Mr. Kauma and the rest, Chala Nakato, Mulongo, our leader in Canada, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am so humbled to be here with you this evening. Thank you very much for inviting us. So grateful. This is really beautiful. Thank you very much. Of this convention, I want to appreciate you once again. You've done a wonderful job. It is really, really impressive. And to everyone present. Your Excellency, allow me to make a brief introduction of my colleagues who are present today. Councillor Honorable Mushinda Kane, way to the President. Honorable Mr. Magisia, the bodyguard Chairman Nancy. Honorable Paul Savitano, we have urban leaders, councillors from Kampala. Kindly stand up and wave to the President. We have our local government leaders present. I've not seen where you are seated. Kindly stand up and wave to the President. Your Excellency, I have a maker in the house, and I was so happy to see him today this evening. That is Honorable Sulaiman Jidanga. Once again, my boss, wave to the President. Thank you very much for coming. Your Excellency, again, I want to take this honor to appreciate you for the job well done and the work you're doing for Uganda, and to see that you have a better Uganda and a new Uganda that you want to be in. For sure, the people of the diaspora, I want to thank you very much. You're doing your best, and we're so appreciative for what you're doing for us. I wouldn't have been here, but allow me to thank one person here. That is Mama Uganda. That is how I serve my phone. One time when I got the invitation, I was not going to her. So I went to her. She's my mentor. She's my everything. And now when I see the logos, Muchara, Dodo, then I see that there is human power. And in everything, it is really seen and it is very visible. All courtesy of Mama Foyo. Because when I met with her, she was like, because you're going to Canada, I said, no, I'm not going. Why? I was saying, I am busy. I'm busy when I'm going to the first convention in my life. Ever since we started. Find all the minutes and see that I am in Canada with you, Mama. I am here with you. I am doing all this, Mama, because you're a good example to us back home and to these people. I want to thank my party NUP for empowering women. That is why I am the speaker for the Kampala capital city of Uganda. There are so many challenges in Kampala, there are so many challenges in Uganda. We want to see a change in Uganda, we want to see that better Uganda. We want to see Museveni out of Uganda. But a lot is happening back home. When we see and hear that you want us to come and mobilize you, sincerely speaking, it is a smaller word for you people, because it's supposed to be mobilizing us. When I look at this lady here and the way you're beautiful and looking stunning this evening, you have nothing to lose. You open it your all. I was crying and I went to Mama. Mama, I am fed up of KCC. I feel like I want to resign this job of speakership because everyone, the city is a mess. But certainly what he does is taking all government principles, institutions as well as college, as he said. The internal affairs are going to look to cover my head because as he said. The KCCA, so I went to her, crying. I was supposed to be making policies for the city and to say we have a better city. At least. Get our president which were NUP, which were president, Kyagulanyi Center. Fight laws and not collect the for a better what? Uganda and the capital city. So I was crying, I went to her. She was like, Zara, I give you a job. Why can't you be the honorable secretary? Because this one, though the reports are not treated, always they are supposed to be treated. Madam, you thank for me, honorable secretary. He has done this. SCCA, because I followed her advice, entered into KCCA. You did a very great job. But up until now, to make matters worse, that is the executive director of KCCA was brought back to KCCA because she has a job to accomplish a young Museveni, the Motamani way, or will be the ones in Kampala. But I am assuring you, we are going to fight. Me, I am a fighter. I want to fight. And that's all behind, and I don't have to use that exit door. I pass through the wall and I get what I want. The husband knows that I get what I want if I want to get it. Unless if I don't want. So you people, your energy is not going to go to waste. Sincerely speaking, we are so appreciative. We are so appreciative. Honorable General, what he taught me, to be a fighter, and I am fighting. If this fight the person you want, I am going to fight that person. So because we want to have a better power, at least, now that you see Museveni, the way he's treating parliament, the way he's taking all government status, disorganizing everything, destroying everything, at least that one we have a hand on. In Kampala, you don't have a lot of men. At least we have the speaker and the councillors. At least we have the majority in Kampala. So even if they don't put it into consideration, we shall talk about it. We shall do what we're supposed to do, and I promise you, your energy once again is not going to go to waste. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting His Excellency the President. More than this, because I was here, and the rest is going to be important. So today I want to do that. Well, Manager, here. Thank you very much, the organizers of this convention. We are so appreciative. In fact, for me, this is the best convention in our people are very smart, looking really sweet. That's why they think today we also do the diaspora or Canada. So I President wa His Excellency Kyagulanyi Center wamune mama pastor ya kusalirako n'abakulembeze bano nabo n'abakulembeze. And now I have the honor to invite mtu wa watu na wana Chairman Nancy.
This is the time, this is the time. People power. Our power. People power. Kunga Canada kunga. Kunga Kyagulanyi kunga. Kunga Papi Kyagulanyi kunga. Kunga Itungo kunga. Manyamu kumbireyo. Ero luno litalo ye mama. Ero luno litalo ye mama. Soka bakubona babana leyo mwana bana munyumbe for this great work well done. Thank you very much. Mwimwani kamekaye Arua. Inajua kutusa kubaka kuma Arua. Abantu bali bakali b'amaanyi namwe abalabye. Mubibazenga babalaba. Ayokita omulongo nakato Brenda Nyabo. Thank you very much for the work you are doing. Jorin Kajumba, Mama of Faith, and then I'm going to do Nandi. If we never mobilize as you do for mobilization, you really empower us. And really, any team led by William is always successful. For you, I want to support the guard. You see, I can't step into my car if there is no women there. Move the women. It is a singer of Kyagulanyi there. So I can see women here. Mr. President, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the President the Iron Lady, leader of diaspora, Mr. Kawuma Sebo, Nomkuru Semakula, Secretary General David Lewis Wongoya, we named the Mukuda Munga, he joined, we started the struggle. Yenye kumutwe. Nezo nezamina zikuwako. Nezo yolubako ene kiwozo. Our spokesperson Sekamu, Eriku Brown Muta spoken. Yolo Senyoni, Madam Speaker, what is it? No Mukumi. Ladies and gentlemen, today, you see, for me, I'm tired of lamentations. Because this is justified war. It is a well-known war. It is recognized not only in Uganda, but everywhere in the world. The world knows that there is a team which wants to remove a dictator. A serious dictator. So it is a justified war. The enemy is known, the war is known, and we know what we are fighting for. So there's no time to lament. There's no time to complain. I need your Kwani Salie, not to be named yesterday. Kichimajunani Bari, definitely your Kwani Sa. Kakati, Olutalo Wii, na Ugenda Mumaso, Eki Uganda Mukurachi, Kila Babundi. I think there's no time for lamentation. And indeed for me, when I was requested to say something today, I decided to concentrate on the internal challenges. The first challenge is the doubt. The doubt that one time we shall have a transfer of power from one leader to another, or from a ruler to a leader, without shedding blood. But okubusa busoko ye problem tetulina eretera abantu baffe okuba nti no tebakkiririza mu bye bakola. And moreover, we keep on saying that we are going to remove this dictator non-violent. Now that's the challenge. Secondly, the hope is there in Ugandans. But how can we boost this hope? It's also very important. How can we increase the hope in Ugandans? Kubanga hope remain half-baked. Abantu babere bagwamu amaani. Abateekamu akasente agwamu amaani. okera ku makya agwamu amani essuubi tukumye tutya essuubi lino nga likyaliwo ebyo byonna bibuuzo and they are very simple things byetubera tuwulira buli kiseera but they are very important. The other aspect is fear. Akatengo abantu okutya okulumba newankubadde bamalirivu naye ne batya okulumba, that moment of fear. That moment of fear should also be considered as one of the challenges that we have to encounter. Now, the confidence in the leadership of those heading the movement abantu okubeera nga babuusabuusa abakulembedde struggle eno olina tati okuleta ebintu byemabega nanonooza naleta ebizibu yakolanga bwati essaawa eno yakuta omumuli kati ate bulungi eri munafuya n'omujukiza ebyemabega naye awikeninga so ekyo kizibu nakyo kyamaanyi nnyo tuliza banangalerangani nga baleta ebizibu bagamba oyo munyankole oyo tamanyi luzungu oyo teyasoma otokola bino yaliwali ku kiwuubiro ate ogenda omunaayira ate otatikukwaiga wikiniseze so eyo nayo nsonga nkulu nnyo ekyali nsimanyi kugenda kukolera okulembeze baffe. And another time also other process of change and then you go to kasi and that question keeps on hanging and then you go to kasi, you know. So those are the challenges that I have identified. The United ya bufuzi tubisanga yeyi etubyogera ya bufuzi ne ebitone bisina tusoka tuli concentrating on. So Mr. President and comrades, we have some achievements. First of all, the strength of constitutionalism, the strength of the constitution and constitutionalism. We have a constitution. It has been read, you know, but there's some, you know, I remember when we demonstrated against OTT. Now, after that demonstration, people thought it died all. The activity of the over time, you're getting them from our. Recently, we had a by-election. They cheated us. Nature Jebuja mumaso somehow kijakoma wakati OTT kyakoma ndikikola indirectly. The regime went into a constitutional crisis. Bible is taken ya koma. Ninafuizibwa nga terina bwe likola nga liyingira human rights zifanane omukulu anayi katonasi kajja kunyamba nyonyola amateeka ga human rights. Nekigeza okulaga nti ebintu ebitamanya abantu bamobiliza zigenze bikomawo bukomi nti kati mwana betutambula nga poliisi amateeka gagisibye byebyagezezako okuyimiriza tuwaze zaffe terina teeka lya koti zebayinza ebyabufuzi era tugenda okuddayo President. So, ladies and gentlemen, tulina achievement to constitution n'okukiriza mu ssemateeka ekyayimiridde. We have another thing with the Congress structured campaigns, and this is people-centered. Ekintu kigenderwa abantu bennyini bo without politicians leading them. You see people ahead of politicians these days. But politicians, not all politicians, but some politicians. Imagine much about politics. You're putting on our politicians, this time it is the people power. That's a great achievement. now the people leading the struggle. Kati kizibu okusanga omuntu atunda abantu n'abatundira mu kibiina nga Mawugu yakola. Owulira oba n'abagamba nti ngenze mu kino abantu bennyini baagala ekintu baagala enkyukakyuka so they can realize nti no bakuleetera ekintu kyonna. So it is the people-based or the people-driven campaign beyond the campaign of politicians, and now politicians are following the people. Ebimu ku bantu bye bakola ebikulaga nti byali abantu ate balina ne discipline. Bamanyi mu lweziri ebintu zitankerete, bamanyi amayinja, bamanyi ebitupa ebintu n'ebifumita ebiri. Naye ng'olaba babeera mu shows bakozesa bucupa. Omuntu n'okuba obucupa nga bademonstratinga tebakozesa mayinja, tebakozesa glaasi. Okiraba kati ekitegeeza nti ebintu ebimu abantu bo bennyininyini beefuga ne balaga omuntu tebamwagala. It is a symbolic gesture to send a message nti gwe tukwetaaga twagala enkyukakyuka. Era olaba ezimu kwa achievements zirina abantu baffe okubeera nabo olaba nti there's out of discipline these days. Tutambula abasirikale batuttako kwegamba olaba nti tuli kitabuli nabo. Kati dictator n'abulwa wagambira nti no tetulina ntusobola kwagala okukola ebikolo ebyobuyeekera. It's a great achievement. Kati tutambulira wamu n'abantu n'aba bamukwata mundu obwongo bwakugenda bukyuka waliwo ensi eyakyuka nga tebakozesezza abantu batandika n'okuwa abasirikale emigaati nga babalana n'amazzi. Tutunulidde olunaku olwo nga n'abasirikale bakkiriza nti ekyuka kituyakola twagala okukyusa ensi ate n'okukomya military rule, okukomya obufuzi bw'emmundu. Ebyo ne byonna mulina obiyingiza mu bantu nabo ne bagwamu embeera eri emmundu ne bakifuula ekya bulijjo nga kirina kujja mu kiseera ekituufu. So abantu baffe batambudde mu mobilization tour n'emabega ne gyetutambula nti bakoze ebisangi weewuunya nti obubbi na buli kimu kyonna byandibadde bibeerawo bikeeredde. Ate n'abamu be basindika okukola olwambega baddeyo bakyuse nga balaba bagenda okukola byansibo. Mr. President, nsonyi okukozesa kitabuli wekirina okutuusa ensonga. Now, mobilization is one of the key aspects in any revolution. So, at each stage, muno tutuuka mu kitebe kyonna tulowoozaako tulina kusooka kukuŋŋaanya abantu. Omukulu kawe bakyogeddeko naye olina okukuŋŋaanya abantu ne babeerawo ate ne bakkiriza ku kyoyogera. Because now tulina ekizibu ky'abantu abamu balowooza nti no it's good to take over this government tomorrow, but if it's not possible, it doesn't mean it will not be possible. So currently, its own, Museveni's government has been entrenched in power for the last 40 years, even more than 40 years. So we must maintain the hope now the difference, the difference is a difference between the war and the battle. Intabalo ni nyo na muno ni tuito utabalo kama you people mwategese kuva kuruba kubadi muri paka kiwete kandi no muri wangu nero utabalo urutabo rwawe itabalo ni nyo wakoze baba wangu na nunga na babu wangu niba na rudi na kibuga sego I am victim of battles. Arua was a battle. Lubuka was a battle. Nebuta United Wongram, Mutaba United Wongram. Kampala Central was also a battle. I was not declared the winner, no, I was. I went to court and stayed there almost 2 years.
They even still in court.
And I'm still in the court. That is the war. I mean, that's the battle. But it adds on, because along the way, one of the rulings, set a precedent. Katokuta Malaga Bakalu. Noroza Yakuru Kati Bakusalis. Katikabu Deo, Mono Kabawa, and Musango, Wakarati, what is your Moroku Bakalu, Bakusat in the South Africa. Everything is along the way. It doesn't mean we may die on the way to victory. Please don't feel I'm going to take a that more. Taking that to do. I want to move to Alamuja. Over the 90 year of the collection. So, fighting a war is a process. Never that for Bochi Bochilema, Nataka Kubu, and not one in the table. So, what the moon, Fatina capacity for the moon, the one with Bagam meeting. Whatever I went in Uganda. So, Father, which is a Bangladesh. So, Mr. President, maybe Gandhi, you. Some of them diaspora, who using a woman and a Latina, but you came, one of our after all, there is nothing to fear. But you very much here, but you the one. Abantu bali batya tebakyalina kye babagamba. So, comrades, nsaba mwawuliwo ekisingadde obukulu tufune enjawulo eriwo wakati w'olutalo oluwanvu n'entabaalo tuyitamu. Mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala Mukama abakuuma. Yes, let me take this honor and invite our spokesperson, the segment. His name is Yoel. I don't know how it is.
Mr. President, First Lady, leaders, ladies and gentlemen, people power, our power, people power, NUP, everywhere, and everywhere, NUP. We want to appreciate the leadership of the Canada chapter for an amazing work. Mr. President, there is something I am seeing about these conventions. I am seeing quality, I'm seeing detail, I'm seeing deliberateness, all of which are important for you. I'm in the US yesterday, and it's good to see Comrade Kauma and Comrade Semakula joining us, and I saw quality. I said, okay, let's wait and see what Canada will be like. Wow. But I think Mugamuchi Sudiza as it should be. If you had done the same level as US, no, that is not acceptable. Just like we expect that US next year, it should be much better than this, you know, that's the way it should be. Yes. Because you know what? We are looking for quality leadership. The challenge we have back home is a paucity of leadership. In every sense. And so for me, I keep encouraging our leader that we're not short of people to transform our country when we take charge. You notice I said when we take charge, not if we take charge. Because that day is going to come. So I want to appreciate again our leaders, Brenda, Nakato, Dodo, Noreen, Kajuba, so we very powerful man, Ronald, Kulutadeo, Mulangida Juma, and the rest of everybody. Thank you for all the work that you're doing, running the people of Uganda who are in Canada. I see the numbers are growing every day. I learned that every week there's new people that keep coming, and you're welcoming them, receiving them. Please keep doing that. We want to appreciate you for that. In 2-3 minutes, there's a quote that we like to ruminate on every once in a while. There's a guy called Franz Fanon. He once said something powerful that we keep reminding ourselves about as leaders. Every generation must discover its mission and either betray it or fulfill it. Franz Fanon once said, every generation must discover its mission and either fulfill it or betray it. And you know that's a fact about all of us. This generation, our generation, regardless, if you're 79 years, like Chairman Nyanzi, Chairman Nyanzi, by the way, keeps saying us, I'm very young at heart and my politics is very young. And he's not 79, like this comrade of Jelani. Look, this is our generation. We have an amazing responsibility. I hope that we do not betray that responsibility. You see, our great-grandparents had the responsibility of ensuring the end of colonial rule. And they fought. They fought and fought and fought so hard. I'm sure some of you have stories about your great-grandparents that were involved in one way or another. And they played their part. And then came leaders along the way that became a total mess. It's also that they convinced the people of his generation at the time that look, let's go and fight to change this current regime. Because the regime had become a shadow of its former past. The brutality was top-notch, and the entire country was topsy-turvy, if you like. And people believed him. People followed this man to the bush. They abandoned their families, they abandoned their education, many of them actually left Makerere, and they went to the bush with him to die. And a number of them died. But they were sure that their responsibility at the time was to fight and end the regime at the time. The regime, if you like, at the time. And they fought and fought. A number of them died. Some of them came out named. And the country was in jubilation because they felt these are the people we have been waiting for. And they started off well, I dare say. And this also said that he was killed. But once in a while I'll share how I got to be named the name that I have. So, my father and mother were dating. The early 80s, mid 80s, 85 around there. So my father had to leave and start a very short course in some country. I don't know which one. So while there, that's when war broke out as the Museveni's were doing whatever they were doing, and there was total chaos. And so he called my mother, and had his landline phones in some of those places. And told her, you know, I'm not able to come back home because of the chaos that we hear happening there. So I'm going to organize for you papers. You find me in the country I am in. I forget which country it was. But as they were in the process of doing that, Museveni and his fellow rebels took over, and there was a semblance of sanity. And so he called my mother again. It was few days. He said, now there's no need for you to join me here. Let me come back home because there's peace at home. So he comes back, and he said that he took power in January. My father came back maybe around March. So I was born in December. Hallelujah. I was born in December as their first child. And so when I was born, it's simple to say me at 86. My father told my mother, now, let's name this our first child, our son, after this hero who made it possible for me to return home. And so my father wanted me to be named Yoel. My mother thought very hard about it and said, this name will give trouble to our son in the future. My father insisted, put his foot down. Guess what? A little bit stubborn like I am. When I say A, you would have to work very hard to convince me it is supposed to be B. But they haggled, and so came to a meeting point. So my mother said, okay, the compromise I can make is let's give him the English version of Yoel. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I was named Joel. So, when you see me involved in the struggle to remove this man, for me it is personal. Personal, I am working hard to redeem my name. Because somebody totally messed up my name. They named me after a hero. I don't understand the man nowadays. And so I must redeem my name. And that's the story of, they came and everybody thought, these are the guys. And they played their part. It became a total mess. Those who along the way realized, no, Museveni, you've gone off track, they abandoned him, the messages and others. Our responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, the mission for our time, is number one, to end the Museveni rule. And by Museveni rule, I mean Museveni and his household. Because of late, you see him trying to position his household as if our country is a monarchy of sorts. That's your responsibility, that's my responsibility. I hope that we shall wake up and work as hard as we possibly should. And I believe it's very possible. I see the energies that we have back home. I see the resilience of the people back home. The people of Uganda have been through a lot. And they want better. Chairman was talking about the rules we were making. You know, initially they said, no, your support is only in Uganda. Let me tell you. The country, deep in the villages, the people there are hungry for change. We were in Western Uganda, and those people were even traveling with us. They were saying, some of you people think we need an allowance to be on your phone. And they said, look at our hospitals. Are they in good shape? Look at our schools. Look at our infrastructure. There's an old man who really probably some of us at some point, pulled us on the side. He said, you people of Kampala, you think that for us we are okay. Is everything okay here? And that's the story of every part of Uganda. Healthcare is in shambles. Education is in shambles. I normally remind people about this UPG program that Mr. Museveni brought. Will never survey. On an annual basis, the capitation grant that is given for each child, UPG, on an annual basis, is 11,000 Uganda shillings. I don't know how many Canadian dollars those are. They are about $3 US. But you can do the math. 11,000 to 12,000 Uganda shillings. Not every town. Every year. Tell me, how is that education supposed to transform our country? That you are using 11,000 to 12,000 shillings as capitation grant to educate a child per year. But how? And then we expect magic to happen somehow. I look at our young people in Uganda who are trying to start businesses, small scale, little things here and there. Enterprise Actually, Uganda statistics show that 66% of Ugandan businesses that start don't live up to their first plan. A number of you here tried something back home, and it just could not break even. Because KCCA will come after you. I was talking about some of the deals here. Then tomorrow you are comes, then the other day another person comes, and you just cannot break even. And yet, there are these so-called foreign investors. They come and we give them red carpets like this one. We are giving them free land. They're giving tax holidays, some up to 20 years. Can you imagine? And this is what is even more problematic. They are guaranteed money. What kind of investor are you? I think of it as a failure. Because you see, investor in Uganda used to sit and say, we've given you land, we've given you a tax waiver, and then we are guaranteeing you money. We're giving you money. Different. Like the Roboa hospital, you remember? So what kind of investor are you? And some of us are saying, can we focus on the Ugandan people? These small, business persons that are trying out. Give those ones the tax waivers, because those are your indigenous people. There will be no capital flight. That money is not going to run out of the country. It will stay. We import twice as much as we export as the country. That's why we are the way we are. China and some of these countries we are excited about, they are focusing on their local people. And so for us as NDP, we are saying, we want to create a Uganda that works for every Ugandan. I hope that you and I are ready to do that. Because we are positioning ourselves as the alternative to the people of Uganda. So let's think about these things that are problematic, and we must find remedies out of them. I'll end by encouraging us, ladies and gentlemen. Let each of us play our part. Sometimes you see the squabbles there are, whether it be back home, sometimes it's in the diaspora. Let me tell you, there is enough room for all of us. Sometimes the squabbling is really about positions and responsibilities. There is enough room for each and every one of us to play their part. There's a lot of work to do, plentiful work to do. And so the squabbling, the 24 being here and there, is uncalled for. Find something and play your part. That's what we must do, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to appreciate the diaspora communities. You guys are to a great extent playing a role. You may not be back home with the front line, but wherever it is that you are, a good number of you. There are some problematic Ugandans in the diaspora, but a good number of you are concerned about what's going on back at home, and you're playing your part, whichever way. Some of you we see on social media making noise. Please make that noise. Yes! We saw what it did after Arua. The internet was totally shut down by Ugandans and the rest of the world doing until something was done. So let each of us play our part. Back in Uganda, we are doing the best that we can, and we are going back to fight even harder. Chairman Nyanzi just told me about our countrywide tours. When we left, they had said, now we have closed. You guys are not going to do these tours again. I think these guys take us for jokers. We are going to go back to Uganda, and where we stopped. That's because you see, we have a responsibility, like Franz Fanon said, must discover our mission and either betray it or fulfill it. Now, fulfilling it doesn't mean there will be no challenges. There will be challenges. I'm sure now the tear gas and so on is waiting for us. What have they not done to us? We have been to the jails, they have beaten us blue black. We want a better country. And somebody once said, nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. So we have drawn energies from you people. Hopefully we can also encourage you to keep fighting more.
keep fighting more. Because you people actually have more reason to fight for better Uganda. Because you left Uganda looking for better. Surely why should you be seeking asylum in different countries? If our country was one, the only reason you're doing that is because our country is a mess. You don't have jobs. Even those that have jobs, you know, you discover you're working, all the money you're making is either from the landlord or for I don't know what. Nothing gets to happen for you. So you and I must fight for Uganda to get better. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite our Secretary General, David Lewis, to speak to us.
People power. You left out the Rwongwea name, Well, Mr. President, First Lady, spokesperson, head of organization, our head of the diaspora, Speaker, KCCA, Comrade Joel, most importantly, all the comrades who have come here and the leaders, of course, of this chapter. I want to appreciate you so much for the great work you have done, for giving our president a befitting reception into Canada. I want to appreciate all of you who have come here today. I know it's been a lot of hard days. Organizing an event of this magnitude is not easy. Therefore, I want us to really give a round of applause for the organizers, for the meetings, and for all the commitments they've made to make such a very, very great convention. And Yasinke, I want to appreciate you for the song. That song I used to put it on repeat when I was growing up. So, and when I say when I was growing up, then people will start asking how old you are. That's a joke. I will just say very brief words before I invite the First Lady and eventually the President. One is hope. The scriptures tell us that to the living there is hope. Because even a living dog is better than a dead lion. Today we are here and I want to encourage us to remain hopeful. Dictators have fallen. Some fall after 20 years, others fall after 40 years. Others fall after a few days and months and weeks or something like that. But eventually there is never a rise and rise of a dictator. There is always a rise and fall of a dictator. Let's have faith. Again, because like Pastor said there, some of us are readers of the Bible and other holy books. So when I keep referring to that, I hope that's fine. There's a scripture that I love. By faith, Moses refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He decided to suffer together with the people of God because he was looking forward to a better reward. What we are fighting for is a better country. There are many people who should be in this room today, but they have chosen to be somewhere. They have chosen their comfort. They are not here today. There are many intellectuals in our country, Uganda, who just see what we are doing and they say, we are away. But I want to appreciate you, people who decide to sacrifice for the struggle. People who put in the money for the struggle. You know, some of you put on that beret because sometimes you get to the airport and you're inconvenienced. But here you are putting on that beret because you believe that Uganda deserves better. So I want to say, let's have hope and let's have faith. Let's have faith that it is possible, and for sure I know that we are on the right side of history, we are on the right side of the truth, and God has always been on the side of the oppressed against the oppressors. So we shall make it, ladies and gentlemen. The other point I want to mention is that the dictators use some amongst us to try and bring confusion, especially they've been targeting the diaspora. They rely on some of the oppressed to come and convince you because they have given them some crumbs. When a dictator is busy eating and feasting, someone has said before that in society you are either on the table or on the menu. And that is how dictators behave. In Uganda's case, Museveni and a small group of people are on the table. The rest of the people are on the menu. They are being eaten. But the dictator will pick a few of the oppressed people and give them some crumbs. After stealing trillions and trillions of money, he will throw a few hundreds of millions of shillings or even some millions of shillings at some of the oppressed people, and then they start speaking things in order to confuse our people. You've been hearing them. When our president does activities, they say you are sending our children to be killed. When he does not do the activities, they say he's sold out. Haven't you been hearing them? Yeah. Watch them. When he is close to other tribes or people from all parts of the country, they say, those are spies. They are trying to spy on the struggle. When, on the other hand, if he's not with them, they say it's tribalistic. Haven't you been seeing them? Those are the people. They look for every reason to put down the struggle. When he travels abroad like he is here, they say, he's enjoying life. But when he's at home, they say the same things. That now he's sending our children to be killed. He's all sorts of things. Haven't you been seeing them? Those are some of the people who the oppressor uses to try and disorganize the struggle of the oppressed people of Uganda. When we organize protests, ladies and gentlemen, you've been seeing them. They say now you are trying to give accountability. Nonsense. But when you do not do the protests, they say, struggle majivako. Those are some of the people. Please watch them and do not listen to them. Because those people are paid to, they are the oppressed people. Those who know the civil rights movement, like Dr. Kawama was talking about it, oppressed people who are paid by the oppressor to try and disorganize the oppressed. So I wanted to really make that point, especially that I'm talking to the diaspora. Finally, I want to give you hope, friends, comrades. The forces of evil may appear strong and fearsome, but they never win in the end. They never win in the end. We might not, even if we are few, and yet we are not few ourselves, but just look throughout history. Even if people start out and they are few, as long as they are on a just cause, they eventually win. Because we might be few in numbers, but we are bigger in commitment. And that is what matters the most. So I want to encourage you, comrades, not to lose hope. I want to encourage you to keep praying for Uganda, to keep working very hard, to keep doing what you do, to keep bringing other people on board. I was very delighted to hear that NUP chapter here in Canada is the one receiving all Ugandans who are coming in, running out from the dictator and from the bad economic conditions. Let us grow our numbers. Let us grow our numbers. Do not give up the fight, even when today it seems that you've not made it. Someone has always said that the struggle is like looking for money. You go to the town today and look for money. If you don't get it tomorrow, you go back and look for money. Because ultimately, you are trying to do that. So I want to encourage people that these challenges will be there. Some of you here have been criticized as leaders. Yes. There is no leader that has not been criticized. And for me, I get a lot of confidence that I've been picking lessons from our president. You can imagine the kind of criticism from all manner of people that he's always gotten. But he's able to keep his head high because he knows that he is on the right side of the truth and on the right side of history. So if people are criticizing you, remember that Moses was criticized in the scriptures, David was criticized, Jesus Christ himself was called a demon and whatever. Because people are supposed to criticize you. But once you know where you're going, you do not look at those who are criticizing you, you continue moving up to the end, and that is what matters most. One time I wrote a book called Let Us Cross Over to the Other Side of the Lake. And I was basing that on scripture also. It is Jesus who said to this guy, let us cross over to the other side of the lake. And then he said. But the fact that he said, let us cross over to the other side of the lake, did not mean that the storms and waves are not going to come. We have set out to redeem our country from oppression, from exploitation and suppression. That does not mean that it will be an easy saying. That does not mean that it will be a smooth say. You can imagine if God himself can say something and then waves come to disorganize that one. How about our president who has, out of faith, said, let us go and redeem this country? Jesus said, let us cross over to the other side of the lake. And then there are storms and waves that come to disorganize that journey. So our journey, my friends, will have a lot of obstacles. Our journey will have a lot of challenges. Our journey, every time, every now and again, you see us buying some of our comrades. You see us mourning with some of them. You see us going through so many problems. But that does not get us off the plan. Because we know that ultimately we need to seek a new Uganda. That is where we want to go. That is where we keep singing about it. That is where we want to talk about it. And so my hope and prayer today evening is that one day, I don't know if it will be a Monday or Tuesday, I don't know if it will be a Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know if it will be morning or evening, I don't know what time of the day it will be, but my prayer and hope is that one day, I will go back to this room, and when we shall be able to see that the new Uganda is upon us, and together we shall build bounty, and we shall all be proud of it. I thank you so much, and right now invite the First Lady to speak to us. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Canadian members and citizens, and those seeking to have citizenship here, the congregation tonight, we are happy to see you. Mr. President, sir, I am happy to be here with you today. And it's a delightful moment to be before these beautiful people and to have you sit in that chair and then sit there and wait to hear from you. I can't wait to hear your speech. Wow. All protocol observed. I'm still being trained on how to observe the protocol. I'll just say all protocol observed. I have been telling these people that when they come to Canada, they'll see something different. They didn't believe me, and they kissed me. First, I want to show off these ladies. Brenda, come here. And they see your pearls, your white shoes. I have always told people that if a woman is at the top of the leadership of anything, the job will be done so neatly that you won't believe it's just a woman. I'm very proud of the work you've done today, Doreen, and Brenda, and your whole committee. Thank you very much. I want to give a message to Doreen and Brenda. So now that you are at the top of the leadership of this area, and all these people are in your leadership, I want to say to you, remember to always remind your people that they have to go knocking on every administration office here to tell the people who lead this country what exactly is happening back home.
That is right.
You know, when Museveni came to power in 1986, he made it his sole duty to go to the leaders in the Western countries, specifically in America. He knocked at Ronald Reagan's, President Ronald Reagan's office. He was there every year for 3 consecutive years. And he employed Reagan's son-in-law to help him cleanse his name in America. Museveni knew which doors to knock at and what to use it for. You need to learn that. We have to undo that. He has lied for so long, and he has lied to the people who support our country. The people who give us financial aid, the people who give us military aid, the people who open markets for us. I hear Goa has not been allowed to sell textile anymore. They have closed that. knock on every door and remind them that they are dealing with a dictator, he is a killer, he is a thief. Museveni is a thief. Museveni started stealing in 1980. I'll tell you how. He was the vice chairman of the... It's as if you all don't know Museveni. I will remind you, because I think all of you are too young. I also read these things in books which are forbidden back home. They have made sure to erase all this history. So all of you don't get to know it. He's a thief because during Paul Muwanga's time, when Paul Muwanga was the commissioner of defense, Museveni was his vice chairman. So they ran an election between Obote and Semogere. And Semogere was winning the election. And the Electoral Commission called Semogere to congratulate him. And then Muwanga, with the help of Museveni, went and told the Electoral Commission to stop whatever they were doing. They involved themselves in the election immediately. And they announced Obote as the winner. Museveni has been stealing votes since 1980. Need these people to go and talk to the press. When Museveni was in the bush, in 1980, before 1986, you know, he was in Luwero and then he took over Luwero briefly. What he did was to invite the press. He showed them very many graves and told them, you see these skulls? Obote killed all these people. The press he called was from the UK. And they went and wrote and said, we need to make sure that this man takes over because he has to deal with this mother. He knew where to knock. He knew who to call because he knew he would need them later. Knock on those doors and tell them that that person is the murderer. Tell them that he's the one who killed those people. And when Museveni swore in 1986, he brought the same press. You know what headlines they ran? They ran headlines like, peaceful gorilla and the 14-year-old killings and violence in Uganda. They even ran headlines like, the Pearl of Africa is ready to shine again. He knew how to use the press. You know what to tell the press because you're going to tell the press what exactly is happening home and it is going to be the truth. No one does. Museveni does not respect human rights. We all know that. And he started that as soon as he entered his chair, like 1986 April, he was in northern and eastern Uganda. Tying people kandoya. Just because they belonged to Obote's and Okello's troops. And he suspected them of having guns. He went to villages and burned them. Killed people. Tied them kandoya. And most of them got mutilated. And then when he was asked why he was doing that, he asked Americans, why are you very concerned about my three-piece tie? Because they called it a three-piece tie. They told him it's because it's human rights. And World Bank pulled their help then. They did not give us money anymore. Simply because of that. And then he coiled down. Just like they always do. They pull out a little bit, then they go behind our backs. They engage just like they are doing right now with Kashid. Soon World Bank will be giving us money again. Don't allow that to happen. Keep knocking on those doors. I want to thank you for your leadership. I can talk about Museveni and his old times for a very long time. But I don't want to waste our time because as I told you, I'm excited about my president's speech. I am just telling you to please keep knocking on those doors. So I didn't carry my glasses. They told me it wasn't very efficient to carry my handbag, so I was not seeing anybody properly. But they told me that there is a mother who just came here with her baby. We want to see you and appreciate you for coming here. And also, Esther, thank you very much for coming just the way you are and for giving us your time. We know you are heavy and being here is like the last option, but we truly, truly appreciate your time. We appreciate especially the diaspora leader, Mr. Kauma. We know you have so much to do, but I truly appreciate the leadership you have offered, my dear ladies. And also, I want to thank very much the pastor who made me fall in love with this place. Pastor Juma called me for dinner at his house the first time I came here, and I immediately fell in love with the people here. Thank you very much for the prayers and for opening the door to every person that comes here and is from Uganda. Thank you very much for sheltering most of the people who have failed to have a place to stay. Allow me to just give back the microphone to the Secretary General, because I don't know how best to welcome the President. Secretary General, the microphone is yours.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for the First Lady. So, ladies and gentlemen, they said he was leading a wave until he gave them a knockout. They say people were following a singer until he beat them in an election, and they resorted to rigging and doing all sorts of things. The man who has inspired generations, the man who has inspired nations, not only Uganda, but the world. Our President, His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. You're welcome, sir.
Let's sing it together.
When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown in a new Uganda. People power, our power. People power, our power. People power, our power. Thank you very much. Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, old friends, old relatives. I'm very, very, very glad to meet you. The leaders of this chapter, the members, fellow Ugandans, thank you very much for the massive welcome yesterday. Thank you very much for the massive welcome today. When I walked in, it reminded me of those days when I was still a star. It was such a buzz. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the hotel that myself and my colleagues stayed in. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the food. Thank you. I can tell you that this visit has felt like some relaxing vacation, especially after that long countrywide tour. Thank you very much. Fellow Ugandans, today, although I'm here in Canada with you, but
I want to use this opportunity because it's indeed another huge opportunity to send a message, not only to the Canadian diaspora, but to the world over, because I know they're watching. I know they're watching in Dubai, I know Bakadama Kubari, I know they're watching in America, in the UK, and back home. So it's a big opportunity, and I want to take the honor to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, for the very first NUP convention here in Canada. Yes, it's amazing that even with thousands and thousands of miles away from home, you comrades continue to show commitment to the struggle to change things back home. Thank you very much. This, for me, is evidence that, you know, our aspirations and our dreams, our shared vision is not only possible, but it's inevitable. It's a must. It's going to happen. You all remember that ever since we started, or ever since we publicly announced our resistance to the dictatorship back home, our journey turned, and it has been a journey of fighting, a journey of struggle, a journey of courage, determination, and of course, sacrifice. We've made so many challenges like, you know, prison, arrests, abductions, detention, and even death of some of our comrades. I've personally survived multiple assassination attacks. You know, I survived the Arua incident, I survived, you know, the Kayonga incident, and I survived in Jinja. I continue to survive by the grace of God. But of course, unlike myself, Yasin Kauma did not survive, Rita Now Kenya did not survive, Sekama did not survive, Moses Wadiendo did not survive, you know, Frank Senteza did not survive, so many others. As we speak now, you know, comrades like Olivia Utaya, Rashid Sekuja, Sechitoreko Yasin Machete, Robert Kugumayo, Moding Kakoza Sanya, Patrick Mwase, Simon Chijambo, Abdu Matogo, Ronald Chijambo, Sheriff Kalanzi, Joseph Muonge, Abdallah Chitu, Umar Kato, Kavuma Musa, Ibrahim Wandera, Asbat Nagwele, Stephen Masaku, Jimmy Galukande, Peter Mwanguzi, Sheriff Matogo, Davis Matambi, Abdallah Ibusiwa, Livingston Kapshabe, Swai Bukatari, Siraje Mudedo, Joseph Muganza, Stanley Wanga, and many others have spent almost 3 years in prison without trial. Their only crime was to support me, was to support the opposition. You know, they're going through hell, as you can imagine, the prisons of Uganda. You know, as we speak today, more than 20 of our comrades who were abducted before or immediately after the election have not been seen ever again. These were fathers, these were brothers, these were husbands, these were people's sons. You know, up to now, we don't know the whereabouts of John Bosco Chibalama, who was abducted on the 3rd of June 2019 from Kanyanya. We don't know the whereabouts of Michael Semodu. Michael Semodu was abducted from Kasuri on 28th November 2020. We don't know where Damolida John is. He was taken from Chiseka on 21st December 2020. Mbabazi Moses, we don't know where he is. He was abducted from Chiseka Market also 26th November 2020. We don't know where Nanuno Vincent is. We don't know where the Kwago Martin is. They were both abducted on November 3rd, 2020. Kanata Muhammad was abducted from Kono 23rd December 2020. St. Peter Yuda was abducted from Kono December 19th, 2020. Mosisi Mbowa was abducted from Kassim in December 18, 2020. Chidia Peter was taken from Nansana on 1st December 2020. Wangolo Shafik and Zimola Dennis were abducted from Nansana on 25th November 2020. Wemba Mustafa was abducted from Nansana November 2020, 19th November. Mobiru Hassan was taken from Kawala on the 20th of November 2020. Cesar Isma was taken from Machinge on 19th November 2020. Chisembo Geoffrey was also abducted from Machinge on 12th February 2021. George Kasumba was abducted from Chotera on 19th of January 2021. Baguma Joseph was abducted from Chivando in December 2021. I mean, these were taken away by the 7 men. And these are the few that we have managed to follow up, by hundreds upon hundreds of young people were abducted, taken, Pandagai style. They've never been seen again. They were taken by the 7 men. Some were taken by men in military uniform. Others were taken by gunmen in plain clothes. Nobody has ever seen again. And yet we remain strong. And yet we refuse to give up. We refuse to give up because we know that when the struggle is over, we shall hear the different sound. We don't just sing these words. We mean them from the bottom of our hearts because we believe them. We know that good has never failed to win evil. So we pronounce them because we believe them deep to the core. We believe that we shall win in the end. We believe that we shall go to a new Uganda where all of us are going to be equal before and under the law. A Uganda where the law will work and you cannot take me away. You know, where if I have no crime, you cannot torture me, you cannot kill me. That Uganda will happen because that is what is written in the Constitution. If it was not written anywhere and we're just talking about it, we would despair. But it is written in the Constitution. And it is our right to be free. We know we'll get there. You know, we'll get to a country where there are equal opportunities for every citizen, regardless of their tribe or religion or social status. We know that Uganda will come. In a Uganda where we'll be proud to call it home, where all of you will not have to run away. That country will happen. We shall get it because we believe, and because we believe it, we are ready to walk through any valley or to walk through any hill. We are ready to face all challenges and overcome them. We know we will get to that country. This Wednesday, when I was in Arua with the team, we concluded our nationwide tour. We were able. Was it Thursday? Yeah, phase 1. By the end of it, we had gone through, we had visited Ankole, we went to Toro, we visited Kasese in Nzori, we had visited Chigezi, we visited places of Busoga, we visited Bukedi, we went to Bugisu, we went to Lango, we went back to Uganda, we went to Bunyoro, and we also went to West Nile. We literally reached all the 4 regions of the country. I believe many of you saw the massive welcome that we got from all over the country. In every single region, we went, hundreds of thousands showed up physically. You know, they made it very, very clear that they are tired of the Museveni regime. They want it gone and they want it gone now. They made it clear. They received our message and they seemed to agree with us. They showed that they agree with us physically. They showed that they are tired of the poverty and the economic marginalization according to their regions and their statuses. They made it clear that they are tired of the corruption and the human rights violations. They made it clear physically that they are tired of the land grabbing. They showed up. They stood with us. They sang loud. They showed that they are tired of the hospitals that are sick themselves, of the roads that are full of potholes, They showed that they are tired of the tribalism and nepotism of Museveni. They made it clear everywhere, even in Angola. They made it very, very clear. They showed that they want their freedom and dignity. They showed that they think the same. Across, you cannot divide them. They made it clear. You all saw it. It was live. Now, with that, the regime got very, very scared. They got scared. They planned to assassinate me, but we got the information and we exposed them. Then, they started planting bombs. We must take up, we must take up, we must take up, we must take up. They wanted to create fear, the same way they used to do when they are still rebels. You know? Then they wrote to us, claiming that they had information that some terrorists wanted to kill me. So they wanted me to fear and abandon the program. We refused because we know them. So we all having failed, they shamelessly wrote to us. The one Kasika Zitomusini, Deputy Inspector General of Police, wrote to us, purportedly ordering us to call off our national tour. We made it clear to them, and now I want to repeat it. We are not going to follow any illegal order. We are not. We shall continue with the second phase of our program when we go back to Uganda. So, we send out to Kasika Zisi, Abagama, Tutuja, Matwani, Ira Fetu Begandina, Tutuja. They seemed to want to intimidate us, saying we want to remove a legitimate government. We made it clear that our purpose is to mobilize people, but the sole aim is to remove Museveni from power. We don't think about that. We don't pretend about it. That is the mission. Because Museveni's regime is illegitimate. So we want to remove him and that small group of his fellow criminals out of power. Then we can be able to start a country of our own. We don't want to wait for 2026. No, we want to remove Museveni as soon as we can. Yes, if we've not removed him, by the time we get to 2026, we can sit with others and plan what next. But for now, we don't have time. We are impatient. We want to remove that thing. Yes, you know, we don't want to pretend about it. We want to remove Museveni, and these are the reasons. Number one, every day that Museveni spends ruling over our country, Uganda goes back by 10 days. Every day, I can tell you, the man uses 2.8 billion shillings of our money every day. 2.8 billion, 2,800 million shillings of your money. Not every year, not every month, not every week, every 24 hours. Okay? As if that's not annoying enough, we lose 10 trillion shillings to corruption every year. That means every day, Museveni and these people, they see, because they're the chiefs of corruption, every day we lose 28 billion shillings of taxpayers' money to corruption. That's what happens. Okay? So imagine, in only 6 years, even at the current exaggerated cost, that money alone would have tarmacked all of Uganda's 21,000 kilometers of national road network. At least 3,000 kilometers every year. That is what that money is supposed to do. That is what that money can do. Ababakai bulimwa kababa network yo number. Like seriously, it's not a joke. If there was no corruption, in just 6 years, But they've been doing that for 37 years. Now we understand why we must remove the guy. You know, just imagine a perfect road network. It would change the economic fortunes of the country. But these people are thieves. That's why we said we must go now. It's very important that we understand that, community. For example, is it shocking that there are only 90,000 jobs on the job market, and then we have, you know, people, 700,000 people who join the job market every year. A minimum of buli mwaka job market is about $12,000. In such a young country, you know, but we've always argued that if we had better investment plans, because I mean, the world is a global place. This alone would change fortunes for our people. If we had balanced opportunities, if we implement an economic system that empowers people from different regions, you know, we can solve these problems. But guess what? The 7E does not intend to solve that problem. That is why we are where we are. That is why many of you leave home. That is why many want to leave home. But we have to fix home, guys. Many of you would not be here if these problems were fixed back home. And you know what? The only thing that stands between us and that dream is Museveni and his handlers, because they are the root cause of the problem in the first place. So, we are here to remind you that this man has maintained himself in power by disempowering the rest of us, by dividing us, and like our SG said, by throwing crumbs to those voices that come up to suffocate and silence the rest who would have changed things once and for all. That's why we're fighting. That's why we want to remove the guy. That's why we are here. That's why, I mean, back in the days I used to come here to perform to you. I come here, I perform, you pay me money, I enjoy it, we go dance and everything. But now, all that doesn't work because home is rotten. I will not be like these other fellow artists of mine who don't look beyond Friday night. We want to fix home, so we can enjoy it. If you become one rich person among 1,000 poor, I mean, Bobero Muga Gomungo Limuba Lukumi, the Goma Lukumi more. Yes, look at these countries and how they are governed. Here in Canada, no matter how poor you are, no matter how broke you are, your brokenness ends in your house. When you walk out, you're just as rich as any other Canadian. The good roads, the hospitals, the security. No matter how broke you are, but back in Uganda, no matter how rich you are, your richness stops in your house. You walk out, you're just as poor as Kabai. I can tell you. You saw a pony, he had an accident. The same thing that would happen to Eddie Mutwe happened to him. That's why we want to fix it. Our country is rich. It is rich. We are very rich. But because some few people think they should build a monarchy, and therefore they are going to do that at the cost of the livelihood of 45 million people. That's why many of us take the risk. We know how risky it is. But we take it on because we know that if we inspire all of you, if we can charge all of you internationally, you here in Canada, those all over the globe, and most importantly back home, we can change things, guys. You can be remembered as the generation that said no to nonsense and changed it. There was a generation that changed Canada. There was a generation that changed America. There was a generation that brought the French Revolution that changed France forever. There's always been a generation. Kyagulanyi has just said it, and I want to repeat it. Frantz Fanon said, every generation must discover its mission and then betray or pursue it. You cannot pretend anymore that you don't know your mission. Chetukoze tubibabulidde mubimanyi munagana buganyi noya jago bakozesa abantu ba oppressor bamwe ne bajja mu diaspora ne babalimbalimba nga yabayitamu omanyi mwana mukagajja omanyi kwatayo zino. Can you imagine otunda kyomanyi era you go back home and look yourself in the mirror and you say, am I really human? Am I normal? Whom are you? What are you? I don't know if this is serious. It's a very serious thing. You know, some of them Bantu are guru. They come to you, they're smart. Purportedly moral, but saying something very immoral. Bringing people here, which people support the rape of your sisters, the castration of your brothers and sisters, because they say the truth. Come and say, why should it be controversial when I say don't grab my land? What is controversial about that? They don't steal from the poor. Tobama Baki. That is controversial. Huh? The truth becoming a crime, and you think that should be known. It is not known. So, brothers and sisters, why do you say that here? The front line is in Uganda. And I must tell you today that back in Uganda we are headed for some tough days ahead. But I want to request you not to despair, not to give up. We are very grateful, of course, for the support that you've given so far in the struggle, and I want to encourage you to support more in very many different ways. We are heading for some tough times. You've all heard Musime Kasigazi, the IGP of police, you know, who is supposed to be an officer of the law, but is abusing the law, you know, stopping our activities using a police section that was nullified by the Constitutional Court 15 years ago. I say, atugane mulikirao activities amwe, nga koti ngeteka ya polisi. Ekoti mwanga kwa msangu kwa mwanga chibumbi. Ekoti liyasazao emiaka 15 ejise. That is how much impunity these people use. You've been clear to him and said, we are not going to take his nonsense. I want to say it again, that I'm personally going back home and I'm going to lead our people, and I'm asking all of you here in the diaspora to please play your part. You have seen in the last 3 weeks, we've been able to move around the country without being tear gassed or being shot with bullets. It is not that Museveni loves us so much. No, it is because of the pressure of the international community. It is because of these blockages of the finances going to Uganda. It is because of ultimate pressure that has come from the international community. But I want you to know that the international community cannot pressure Museveni unless if you pressure them. I repeat it. The international community cannot pressure Museveni until you pressure the international community. You people, you have the luxury of the right to protest. I call it a luxury because we don't have it home. So please, make use of it. Take advantage of it. Every time you protest and demonstrate, you are saving a life back home and you are helping to liberate your country. So please don't take it for granted. We need it. We need you to do that. Please do it. When I was, detained in Arua on August 13, 2018, when I was detained in a military barracks. You came out in huge numbers and you protest. I was to be killed. But you came out, especially you, the people of Canada, you came out in large numbers. The regime was pressured, and I was relieved. So if you are going to doubt the power of the demonstration, I am here alive because of your demonstration. Every time you think of not going to demonstration, please remember that it is because of the demonstration that you still have everyone here. That is a weapon that I want you to know. It is bigger, it is more powerful than missiles. Please use it. You did it for me before you were even organized and had a leadership. And I'm here. So together I want us to do it for the whole of Uganda. Let us do it for Uganda. Can't we do it? We can do it. Yes, we can. Let's do it, my brothers and sisters. I want to request you, first, organize. Try to connect and organize as much as possible. Be organized. It was spontaneous. You guys came together and saved me. So imagine how much more you can do when you are organized. We can do it. You know, it is worth it back home. So please organize. Organize. Let us connect more. I also hope to come back, and visit. Not only here in Toronto, but more cities. Not only convention, but town halls. I know there are much more people than here. But I don't mind coming back here when there are no flowers, when there's no food. Just sit on the microphone and be talk. I will come back, and I will encourage more comrades to come back so that we connect more and more and more. I want to request you to build a strong chapter. And not only a strong chapter, but a strong community. I am so glad that you people are behaving like we are already in power. You make me feel like I'm real people. Yes, it is our people. What we want to do for our people when we are in power, where we can start doing it, let us do it. Be of help to other Ugandans. Show them what we can do as Ugandans. Receive them. Many of them are running away from death. Many of them are running away from abduction. Many of them are running away from the miserable economic situation back home. Receive them. Make them feel warm. Then encourage them to fight from here, but making sure it is not their benefit. Build a strong community, comrades, and don't allow that community to be infiltrated. Resist and isolate agents of oppression and murder back home. Do not let it murder us. Preach to them what is good, but for those that have come to combat you from the good person to you are to the evil, resist them. You can. Many of them are going to come on taxpayers' money. The money that is supposed to build a hospital for your mother, for your auntie, for your sister who you left in Uganda, they're going to give it to somebody to come and bribe you here. So that you shut up, not only you shutting up, but you shut up others, not to talk about the evil back home, so that you can remain a slave and your people can remain slaves forever. Resist those people. Don't allow them to infiltrate you. If that is a role that you can play to protect this revolution, please play that role. Remember, this is war. This is war between good and evil. This is war between light and darkness. This is a war between freedom and oppression. It's a war. The only difference is that they come with guns and money. We only come with our bodies and the truth. But it's more powerful. Because even if it's one man plus the truth, that is the majority. So, I'm requesting you, brothers and sisters, play your part. Demonstrate. Protest. Put pressure. When they tear gas us, don't stop. When you see them pushing us around when we go back home, don't stop. When they arrest us, don't stop. If even when they kill some of us, please don't stop. Do not stop if you want to taste the new Uganda. Please don't stop. Thank you very much for listening to me, ladies and gentlemen. And God bless you. I've been asked to give out these two certificates. One is the certificate of an acknowledgement, and it's going to be awarded to this gentleman for having supported the NUP Canada Convention 2023. This is none other than Felix Moses Nsibirwa. May I request Pastor Jumba to please come and receive this on his behalf. Another certificate of appreciation is going to be awarded for this person for having been a good leader of the NUP Canada chapter, and this is Joyce Nasanga Sesanga. Appreciation, sorry.